If you're among the 78% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, or burdened by the average $6,000 credit card debt per household, you know the crushing weight of financial stress. Many financial experts preach optimization and high-level strategies, but for millions struggling with basic money management, those complex tactics fall flat. Imagine eradicating your debt and building a $10,000 emergency fund in just 2 years, like countless individuals have done following a surprisingly simple, often controversial, path. We're talking about Dave Ramsey's approach, and while it's not without critics, its effectiveness for the financially overwhelmed is undeniable. Dave Ramsey is a polarizing figure in personal finance. Some call his advice too simplistic, others praise it as life-changing. But why, in an age of sophisticated investment apps and nuanced financial strategies, does his straightforward, no-nonsense approach resonate with and work for so many people? The answer lies in human behavior, not just cold, hard math. Ramsey famously says, "Personal finance is 80% behavior and 20% head knowledge," a truth often overlooked by those who focus solely on optimizing every dollar without first mastering their own spending habits and discipline. The cornerstone of Ramsey's philosophy for debt-laden individuals is radical simplicity and emotional wins. Think of it like learning to walk before you run in a marathon. His baby steps are a sequential, step-by-step guide designed to build confidence and financial momentum. This structured approach cuts through the overwhelming complexity that often paralyses people from taking any action at all. Instead of feeling lost, people get a clear, actionable roadmap, ensuring they tackle their biggest financial hurdles first before moving on to wealth accumulation. Baby step 1 is often underestimated: saving a starter $1,000 emergency fund. For someone with $15,000 in credit card debt and no savings, $1,000 might seem insignificant. However, this isn't about solving all financial woes, it's about psychological insulation. It prevents small bumps, like a $500 car repair or a $300 unexpected medical bill, from derailing the entire debt repayment process and forcing someone back into debt. This initial buffer creates peace of mind, allowing focus on the next, bigger challenge. Then comes the infamous baby step 2, the debt snowball. Here's where Ramsey's behavioral finance brilliance truly shines. Instead of mathematically optimizing by paying the highest interest debt first, the debt avalanche, the debt snowball focuses on paying off the smallest debt first, regardless of its interest rate. Imagine having 4 debts: $500, $2,000, $5,000, and $10,000. You attack the $500 debt first. Once it's gone, that payment snowballs into the next smallest debt, creating an accelerating sense of victory and motivation. Let's illustrate the debt snowball. Sarah has a $500 credit card bill, a $2,000 personal loan, and a $10,000 car loan. Minimum payments total $350 per month. Following Ramsey, she cuts expenses to find an extra $100, now paying $450 a month. She focuses all $450 on the $500 credit card, eliminating it in just over a month. Now her $450 snowballs to the $2,000 personal loan, allowing her to pay it off in just 4.5 months. Each time a debt is conquered, the freed-up payment accelerates the next, fostering incredible momentum and discipline that far outweighs marginal interest savings. Why choose the debt snowball over the mathematically superior debt avalanche? Because most people in debt aren't struggling with calculus. They're struggling with discipline and motivation. Behavioral studies, like those by Northwestern University, show that the psychological boosts from small, quick wins are incredibly powerful for sustained effort. Seeing that first debt completely disappear provides an emotional charge that keeps people engaged and committed to the often long and arduous journey of debt repayment, far more than the intellectual satisfaction of saving a few extra dollars in interest. A cornerstone of Ramsey's advice, which often draws fire, is his no credit cards ever stance. For financially disciplined individuals, credit cards can offer rewards and convenience. However, for those susceptible to overspending, the plastic surgery of cutting up cards is profoundly effective. The average credit card interest rate hovers around 20–25%, making carrying a balance an extremely expensive habit. For someone who struggles with impulse purchases or living beyond their means, removing the temptation of easy credit is a critical step towards financial sobriety. preventing further accumulation of high-interest debt. Ramsey also vehemently opposes car loans. While a new car might seem appealing, it's a rapidly depreciating asset. A new car can lose 20–30% of its value in the first year alone and continue to depreciate by 15–25% annually for the next 4 years. Taking a 5–7-year loan at, say, 7% interest on a $30,000 vehicle means paying thousands in interest for something that is actively losing value. His advice: buy reliable used cars with cash until you can afford to buy new cars outright. This saves hundreds per month, freeing up significant funds for debt repayment and investing. Central to the Ramsey plan is diligent, zero-based budgeting. This means assigning every single dollar a job before the month even begins. Instead of just tracking where money went, you proactively decide its destination. This isn't just about cutting expenses, it's about intentionality. If your take-home pay is $4,000, your budget must allocate all $4,000 to categories like housing, food, transportation, debt payments, and savings. This proactive approach eliminates the "where did my money go?" mystery, giving complete control and clarity over your finances. Once debt is gone, except the mortgage, baby step 3 kicks in, fully funding your emergency fund with 3–6 months of living expenses. If your household expenses are $3,000 a month, you'd aim for $9,000–$18,000 in a readily accessible savings account. This isn't just for small bumps. This fund protects against major life disruptions like job loss, serious illness, or a major home repair. It provides true financial security, allowing you to weather financial storms without resorting to debt, which is a common cycle for many struggling families. With debt gone and an emergency fund secured, Baby Step 4 focuses on investing 15% of your gross income for retirement. Ramsey typically recommends growth stock mutual funds with a long-term perspective. While modern financial advisors might suggest low-cost index funds or ETFs, Ramsey's advice of broad market exposure through mutual funds is simple to understand and implement for beginners. The key is consistent, disciplined investing, leveraging the power of compound interest over decades, rather than trying to time the market or pick individual stocks. Consider the immense power of compound interest, even with a seemingly modest start. If someone begins investing $400 a month at age 30, earning a historical average return of 10% annually, they could have over $2.3 million by age 65. If they waited until age 40, that number drops significantly to just over $800,000. Ramsey instills the discipline to start early and invest consistently, demonstrating how basic, long-term investing, even if not hyper-optimized, can build substantial wealth for retirement, making the complex simple and achievable for the average person. Baby Step 5 focuses on funding college for your children, if applicable. Ramsey advocates for using 529 plans or education savings accounts, ESAs, saving aggressively once your own retirement is on track. This ensures that parents don't sacrifice their financial future to fund their children's education, which often leads to financial stress for both generations. The emphasis is on saving cash to avoid student loan debt, a burden that can follow graduates for decades. By this point, the habits of saving and investing are deeply ingrained, making this step a natural progression. The penultimate baby step 6 is paying off your home early. For many, a mortgage is the last significant debt. While some financially savvy individuals might advise against this, advocating for investing overpaying low-interest debt, Ramsey understands the profound psychological freedom of being completely debt-free. Imagine the financial peace of having no house payment, potentially saving hundreds of thousands in interest over a 30-year loan. This allows for immense financial flexibility, dramatically reducing monthly expenses and creating a sense of security that few other financial moves can replicate. Finally, Baby Step 7, build wealth and give. Once completely debt-free with a fully funded emergency fund, retirement on track, college saved for, and a paid-off home, individuals are in a position of true financial strength. This stage is about maximizing wealth accumulation through continued aggressive investing and, significantly, radical generosity. Ramsey champions giving, encouraging people to use their financial freedom to make an impact. This final step redefines wealth not just as personal accumulation, but as a tool for positive change, embodying a purpose beyond mere self-interest. One of the most powerful reasons Ramsey's advice works is its radical simplicity. In a world full of complex financial products and conflicting advice, his program provides a clear, linear path that anyone can understand and follow. There's no guesswork or analysis paralysis. This simplicity is particularly effective for those who feel overwhelmed or lack financial education, turning daunting financial challenges into manageable steps. This clarity fosters action, which is often the biggest hurdle for people struggling with money. Another crucial component is the built-in accountability and community. Financial Peace University, FPU, classes, taught in thousands of churches and community centers, provide a structured environment with peer support. This communal aspect ensures individuals aren't just getting information, but also encouragement and accountability from others on the same journey. Studies show that people are more likely to achieve goals when they have social support. FPU provides this crucial element, making the difficult process of changing money habits much more achievable. So who is Dave Ramsey's plan truly for? It's for the person who is sick and tired of being sick and tired financially. It's for the 60% of people who admit they've paid a bill late in the last year or the 40% who have dipped into savings to pay a regular bill. It's for those overwhelmed by debt, lacking discipline, and needing a clear, non-negotiable path to regain control. It strips away the complexity and focuses on fundamental behavioral change, which is the most effective medicine for chronic financial mismanagement. While Ramsey's methods aren't for everyone, for example, a high-income individual with an extremely low-interest mortgage might be better off investing rather than paying off their home early. His advice is profoundly effective for the vast majority of Americans who struggle with debt and basic money management. His system prioritizes behavior modification and psychological wins over hyperoptimization, acknowledging that, for most people, emotional peace and debt freedom are more impactful than a fractional percentage point gain in investment returns. Ultimately, Dave Ramsey's program is a powerful blueprint for changing lives. It's not just about paying off debt. It's about transforming financial habits, building discipline, and fostering a sense of hope and empowerment. The millions of debt-free screams heard on his radio show every year are not just about money. They are about regaining control, reducing stress, and building a foundation for a more secure and purposeful future. For those starting from scratch or buried in debt, his framework offers an accessible, proven path forward. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by debt or struggling to get your finances in order, consider taking a page from Dave Ramsey's book. Start with baby step 1. Save that $1,000 emergency fund. Then, aggressively attack your smallest debt. It might feel counterintuitive at times, but the power of behavioral change and consistent, disciplined action can truly transform your financial life. Don't wait for perfection. Start today and experience the momentum of financial progress for yourself. Your future self will thank you for taking that first, crucial step.